Therapist of some kind, yeah. So we got Carey Price's therapist. He's coming in to sit with us. He's gonna. Hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm all right, thank you.
We're just here to talk with him about Carey Price. He's been having a rough go, and we're gonna try to get to the bottom of it a little bit. Obviously, he can't tell us too much because of doctor-patient confidentiality, so we don't want to get into it too much, but we do want to kind of know what his headspace is. He's a top-touted goalie, has been for years, has a Vezina trophy under his belt, has some playoff runs, and he was supposed to be the savior of this franchise and the guy in the franchise, and now he's looking pretty rough. So great to have you here, sir.
Hello, Nicholas. Emmanuel Rabinowitz.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Rabinowitz.
PhD.
PhD, of course. We know, yeah.
For short, FID.
FID, yes. Yes. So,
Yale educated, for the record.
Okay, that's great. It's great to have your credentials.
Good to be here.
So, what's going on with Carey Price?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm Carey Price's therapist.
You wouldn't,
There's
okay.
a patient confidentiality agreement we have in place. I am the therapist for a certain C. Price, who plays for the professional hockey club based out of Montreal. He's a goaltender with a Vezina.
Okay, well, I understand keeping it vague. So, it's been a rough start. Everybody knows. Everybody's
To say the least.
Yeah, we can say that's a rough start, and you can get in your head when you're a goaltender.
Yeah.
So all the pressure falls on you. How is your client? How is he holding up overall?
Well, when Carey came to me,
okay, yep.
he said he's got a lot of animosity for the rest of the team right now. It's really in his head. He's got a certain special amount of accented animosity for a certain Max P on the team who he feels isn't carrying his weight. He wishes he was able to play behind some goals a little bit, and that just isn't happening for neither Mr. M. Pacioretty or C. Price.
Well, okay. All right, good. Just keeping it vague, and we appreciate that. We still can...
I don't want to say too much.
We can maybe fill in the blanks, but we're not, we might not be filling in the blanks totally, and that's good. So he's got a lot of stress then. He's got a lot of stress.
On and off the ice.
On and off the ice, yeah.
Off the ice.
Well, that's what I was wondering, because sometimes you see these very important players, especially goaltender players, slide, and you wonder, is it just what's happening in the locker room and on the ice, or is it something else?
Well, Mr. Carey, last name starts P-R-I, he's a volatile man. And he's actually made some recent investments into some castles in Eastern Europe, specifically.
Investments in castles?
Yeah, he's renting several castles right now, including one owned by Dracula.
Oh my God!
Well, previously owned
he's
by Dracula.
renting those. He doesn't even own, so there's nothing.
Own, so
what does he even get out of it?
He doesn't live in it. It's an
Is he
ego,
Airbnb-ing them, maybe?
Ego thing, complete ego thing. He wants to be able to say he sort of, has several castles in his possession.
Oh,
and,
okay.
He signed the big contract extension, and it's just not covering it.
No, it's not. But now, do you think that was a wise move to rent castles when you're in such an important position for a team to take on that kind of stress?
I can't say too much. My job is to be an objective listener and to offer sort of concrete resolutions to these problems, but I think it was really stupid.
Okay. So he's having problems on and off the ice.
Carey cuts himself. He cuts himself. He's got his ego. He's very bad self-esteem. You can't see it.
Carey P.
Carey P. R-I-C something else, and he's you can't see it underneath the blocker and the glove, but there's all kinds of slash marks there. He's listening to his old Fall Out Boy albums at night, every night, just sitting there on his bed with nothing but a razor and a glass of Kool-Aid, and sometimes he goes to the razor more than the Kool-Aid, and I've been trying to get him to go back to the Kool-Aid because it's less harmful, even though it's full of sugar. You should probably just do
it's better. It's better for you.
Yeah, for Mr. Mr. Blank Price.
Okay, and now would you? What, not that you can tell me I understand, but what medication would you or have you maybe prescribed to a Mr. CP? I'll do a better job of keeping his...
Okay, I'll keep it C. Prick. I won't say the last letter, but C, it would be spelled out C. Prick. He sees dragons. During the games, after the games, before the games.
He sees dragons?
Yeah, Mr. Price has been seeing dragons all over the place.
So what do you mean see? Like he hallucinates?
He hallucinates
oh my God.
Dragons. And, let's say he has Kyle Okposo coming down on him from the right wing.
Mm-hmm.
He just sees a dragon, no puck, nothing. Sees a dragon, gets terrified. Automatically goes down in the butterfly position because dragons are afraid of butterflies.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's old Chinese dragon lore. Somehow it got mixed up in his head there. But I've been prescribing him some antipsychotics.
Of course.
Yeah,
If you see dragons.
Same ones I prescribed to Zach Cassian, another known psycho. But so far it's kept Carey in check. But he sort of has to adjust to the medication. Now he doesn't see dragons. He actually sees a blank hole. And it's hard to sort of block a shot from a sort of vacuous black hole of an orb. But the
that
puck
would be
actually
hard.
blends into the hole, so it's impossible to do. It's going to be a while before he's day to day with psychosis.
Okay. Well, look, we're really happy to have had you on.
Pleasure. He had an argument with his father.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
say too much. I don't want to say too much.
No, I know.
It led to the murder of a drifter at Carey's hands.
Are you supposed to report that?
I'm not supposed to report this, and I'm not reporting it. But he killed the drifter. I'm not reporting this though. But Carey Price killed the drifter, and so he's sort of laying low. It's going to come back to him eventually. There's blood, semen, all traceable back to
Semen?
Yeah, lots of it. More than the blood. There's actually more semen than blood.
What do you think?
More semen than you'd find blood in an entire body. So quarts of it.
So, what do you think his chances of bouncing back and maybe even bringing them to the playoffs this year?
Carey Price will. Sorry, Mr. Caprice. Let's just call him Care Brick. Care Brick. I'll be back on the ice. I'm going to give him a couple of weeks till we sort of blame this crime on former Habs goalie Jose Theodore, who we don't really need anymore, but we're going to try to sort of plant some evidence on this scene. That's my objective. My objective advice to my client, Mr. Care, middle name E, last name Price. Care, middle initial E, Price. Care E Price.
Well, it's really glad to have you on, Mr. Rabinowitz.
Pleasure to be here, really.
Thanks for keeping things discreet.
I don't want to say too much.
No, I know, and that was very obvious. So, good luck, Carey, and don't cut yourself.
What happened in the game is a joke. It's a joke. We got a 1 minute power play out of that. That's a joke. It's a joke. Your goalie comes back from a concussion. Joke. That's a joke. I want him suspended. I want him fined. Joke.